Alright, music. Let's put my phone up here so I can read a chat message. I already have the game open, so I can get straight into it. Before we go into gut-wrenching sadness, I want to try out this mod. It's an official mod made by the creators because they added the workshop, as I said. They also, what else did they add? I'm just gonna show y'all. Guess we should get back to the game. Now, let's play the mod first. I was talking to myself the whole time. Jesus Christ. Fuck's sake. When I was talking about everything they added, I was muted. But anyways, yeah, I got all the cards here. I'm gonna buy them, or get them all and make them into a badge and get all the other badges. And I got all the things in the point shop, and I got the mod in the workshop. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Let me... No. Okay. March 25th, 201 M 2024 BC. Ice cream. We finally make it to the bus stop, only halfway through our lunch for the day. Lunch being the ice cream we couldn't help ourselves with on our way here. Everyone but Damien got ice cream cones, and in Liz's case, it is double stacked, while Damien just got a bomb pop, whatever that is. Honestly, he's probably made the smartest choice given the heat. I don't think anybody has napkins on them. That was fun, right? I'd say still not even enough still not even full from the food either. I can definitely go for more barbecue stuff. More? Do you even know how much you spent on that overpriced food? Ah, don't sweat. I consider it money well spent. You could have bought us a week's worth of food with what you did spend. Psh, as if you were the innocent. Hey, I only spent a bit of an allowance on things that'll last. I didn't splurge. Sure. And they were just giving those figurines away, right? Hey, they're limited edition collector's items. I was obligated to get them before they ran out of stock. You spent $200 on that stuff. Yes, and? I didn't spend $200 on food. Yeah, you spent more on sneakers. Hey, listen. You don't diss a man for some following his priorities. I need to walk, you know. Did you need to get them as flamboyantly coloured as possible? Yes, I did. And that's a purchase that's long-lasting and useful. What's your excuse? Alright, fine. They'll collect tons of value in just a couple of years, you'll see. I'll get my money back by desperate bidders up my ass. You don't you don't got the heart to give them away. Watch me. Just saying, I've done things like Olivia has, bought stuff and then thought of them gaining value in the future, but to be honest, I don't let things go. There's a mild smirk on everyone's face over the exchange, including me. I know for a fact she just lost that challenge. What do you get anyhow? Just a few, or what did you get anyhow? Just a few accessories and a shirt, plus those figures from the Gundam reboot. She looks down into the bulky mall bag on her lap, hiding the glamorous box of the Gundams very poorly. The show may not be great, but dang, those designs rock. At that instant, a drop of ice cream drips onto her bag. Oops. Oh right, my rapidly melting ice cream needs attention too. We chatter a little bit as we wait up for the bus, going over our experiences at the mall. Damien and Olivia go to try VR for the first time at a booth that hosted a small Star Wars themed game. I learned that day just how dexterous Olivia is with her wheelchair, because she was managing to outmaneuver me in a game of lightsaber tennis. Damien, on the other hand, got too excited, swinging his lightsaber around and smashed a hook that was suspending the cable for the headset, breaking the controller and causing the boot to shut down for 20 minutes. Somehow, someway, Liz managed to talk them out of making us pay a fine for damages. It was fun while it lasted, at least. Speaking of Liz, I glance over to her, and she's about to take a bite out of her ice cream. How exactly do brackies manage to eat with necks that long? See, even I was talking about that. It obviously can't be gravity dependent. Are they sending food up with suction, pushing food up by their neck muscles? As Liz swallows her ice cream, I see a faint lump travel all the way up along her neck, landing right into her torso. If my mind isn't playing tricks on me, I swore I could have heard the faintest oscillating gulp as I did. Ugh. Maybe I shouldn't know. With convenient timing, the bus rounds the corner on the far end of the street. Oh, shoot. Liz goes to find the nearest trash can to dump her almost finished ice cream. I'm tempted to, but I'm determined to make my money's worth. My strawberry with extra sprinkles will be worth those $5. Not before I accidentally coat my fingers in melted ice cream again. Dang it. You look like you need this. She takes out all the items of her mall bag and hands the bag to me. You gonna carry all that by themselves? I mean, not really. I was just gonna ask to put these in their bags. She motions to Damien and Liz. I take that bag with a nod, wiping my hands cleanish as she gets Damien to put all of her small items in his bags. The Gundams are too big to fit, so she keeps it on her lap. I put my now empty cone inside the bag, including Olivia's. It's too late to dispose of the bag now, so I'll just have to carry it in. As Liz returns, the bus comes to a screeching halt in front of us. Nothing like the smell of spent gas and kicked up dust. Since Olivia is in front, the bus driver acknowledges her and leans to extend the accessibility ramp. A thought comes to mind. No need, sir. He pauses promptly. He pauses promptly. Prompting Olivia to try and process what I mean. I don't give her a chance though. I let my intrusive thoughts take over. With a swift yet smooth execution that'd make all those amateur charmers online eat their heart out, I hook my arms under her legs and back, and pick her up bridal style. Whoa! I'm sporting a really big shit-eating grin right now. 'Tis faster this way. Olivia looks like she's about to hit me. I'll take it. It was worth it. Besides, I know she likes this anyway. Though, I get a distinct feeling she would actually hit me if I did this again. Damien wordlessly folds the wheelchair in and rolls it up into the bus, followed by Liz with the rest of our bags. Inko, you're such a charmer. And that was that. That was cool. I like these little doodles. Anyways, I guess I should get into the hell, which is back to the actual story. Last time we finished, Olivia went out to the fountain, I think, and Ingo was gonna follow her, but then again, it was cold, and I think that it was raining too. Anyways, it's cold out, freshly starting to snow. The world just feels so much smaller, muted, and colourless. Now's not the time. I must find Olivia. There's thin tire tracks in the thinly laid on snow. Pathing out down the sidewalk, I follow them. The path is serene. The falling flakes of white make it feel like one of Olivia's landscapes. The fountain must be just around the corner. Oh God. I should have gone with her. Of course the fountain is only accessible with stairs. The steps are tall and coated in a thin layer of ice. It's a death trap. Something rolls down and bumps my shoe. It's one of Olivia's handles. My face flashes with heat and my blood runs cold. Oh my God, I can't lose 2 people in one day, please. I will myself to look up. 8 steps up. Olivia's wheelchair is toppled over on its back. Seat ripped, wheels spread. It's unrecoverable. She's standing? Whoops. Oh no, she's kneeling. Olivia's 2 steps further. Halfway onto the next ledge, her arm reaches up for the next one. Olivia stops and slowly looks back. It's a look of shock and humiliation at being seen like this. She turns back and starts pulling herself up to the next step. Damn it, Olivia. I take a step up and catch myself. It's a wonder she got even this far. But I find my balance and start marching up towards her. Her arm slips on the ledge and she falls back. I caught her in my arms from behind. I didn't make it. She looks up at me, eyes still filled with tears. I carefully set her down on one of the steps. She hides her face in her palms. I failed Iatican. Olivia chokes back a sob. I'm just a stupid fuck up. Fucking chair. And then continues to weep. I sit there and stare for a moment, trying to figure out what to do. I really haven't even been in a situation like this. The poor girl is shaking. Rather, it's from the cold of her situation, I don't know. Instinctively, I wrap my arms around her and pull her close to me. Olivia shifts her body accordingly and we end up in an embrace. Her sobbing calms down to just occasional hiccups, and her body is no longer sapping the heat from me either. I'm sorry, Inko. Sorry for what? Everything. Being an asshole, being a failure, making you waste your time on me. I'm just awful. Don't say that. I love you. That's what I meant to say. Now isn't the time. I'm your friend. You know that. I'm here for you in the same way you're here for me. Olivia breaks away from her hug. Her face is tear-stained, but she isn't crying anymore. She's looking down at her wheelchair. Do you have a spare at home? No. I stand up, look up the stairs towards the fountain, then back to Olivia. I can call Liz if you want. She can come pick us up after we're done here. We can worry about your chair then. You're not a failure, Olivia. We're getting you to that fountain. I reach my hand down towards her. Olivia's confusion erodes into a soft smile as she stares at my hand, and then back to me. Come, Laura. Let me grab your shoulder. I've done this a few times before. I lean in closer, and Olivia pivots as best she can. Once more she uses her tail as an anchor in place of her legs. It's holding her up pretty well. Never considered it. But that tail must be pretty muscular. Hell yeah. Let's go. I want to make Ayatican proud. I'm sure you already have. I climb up the next step, planting my foot on solid ground. Olivia waits for me to step before quickly moving her tail up to the next step as well. It's sort of like we're each one leg. Simple enough. It only now occurs to me how close we are right now. By close I mean I'm practically cradling Olivia against my side. Up another step. Eventually, we finally make it to the top. I manage to shuffle to the fountain. You can just put me down right here. Alright. I gently lower Olivia down and place her on the lip of the fountain. There's just enough space for her to sit along the edge, with one leg resting on top of the other hanging off. She looks into the still water in contemplation. My eyes follow hers, focusing in on the coins that have settled on the bottom of the fountain, though hard to see through the opaque ice. I've stuffed my hands in my pockets for warmth, feeling the skin of my knuckles start to split already. My fingers trace over the quarters. I'd usually use them on our lunchtime drinks. Achoo! The powerful sneeze draws me away from the mean-deering thoughts to see the gator girl quiver on the cold concrete seat. Damn it. Her jaws clench tight, baring her sharp teeth to the world. Her nostrils flare with each of her breaths, a hot air creating a puff of visible mist, and her eyes were filled to the brim with a fiery rage and salty tears. I want to break the silence between us, ask her for her thoughts. She's deep within them though, raging within her own mind, finally having the moment to process everything that's happened. In the end, it's Olivia that breaks the silence with a single quiet disdain-filled curse. Damn it. Her eyes shut, keeping her tears from falling. Damn it. A hiss seeps through her lips. I made it. I finally made it, but the thought goes unfinished. She lets her shoulders down and turns her gaze away from the spouting water, listlessly gazing towards the obscure afternoon sun that's just managing to peek through the clouds and snow-covered trees. Maybe she's imagining that that's where he is now. But what now? I withdraw my hand from my pocket, holding it open for her to see the pocket change in my palm, scanning over the water feature before us. I think back to all the times I wanted to do just this with someone else. How about we make a wish? Olivia's brow furrows as she glances off to the side. Her fingers grip her hoodie, and I watch as she considers my suggestion thoroughly. Sure, a wish sounds nice right now. I motion her forward. The gator girl holds her hand out to me, and I drop a quarter into her palm. On 3, I nod in reply. 1, 2, 3. I wish for. Our twin coins flip in the air together. I watch as the coins spin skyward, crashing through the falling snowflakes. At the apex, the coin seems to pause, just to briefly touch one another. The coins. And with a synchronized plop, both of the quarters hit the water together. Leaning forward, I see that the coins even landed on the same side. Heads. Wonder if that'll double our chances of making our wish come true or something. I let out a huff of amusement from Olivia's comment. Though the more I think about it, the more I hope it does. We stay there, looking at the fountain together in silence. For a moment, it feels as though time has stopped around us. It's just me and Olivia, experiencing the moment together. It almost makes me forget what had just transpired, what we were dealing with, what kind of future the two of us were looking at. For this moment, though, none of those dreadful thoughts mattered. What matters right now is finding a small bit of peace, of solace, a little bit of calm before the storm that was inevitably coming. A harsh wind chill finally brings Olivia and I out of our thoughts. Hey, I'm sorry for being super distant earlier. You don't have to apologize for that, Olivia. Everyone goes through these sorts of things differently. I know, but I just feel bad. I know I'm not the only one who's sad that Ayatkin is gone now. But her pause makes me stop and turn around to face her. I can see it in her face, and she's trying to form the right words. Ayatkin was the first person who I felt was a role model for me. He didn't just believe in me, he made me believe in myself. Not just for my art, but being able to succeed in general. I knew that Ayatkin meant a lot to her, but I never realized he meant that much to her. More than anything, he actually cared about me, about my thoughts and my dreams. I felt Olivia's lips tremble as she struggles to voice the thought. Normal. God, I probably sound stupid saying that. I shake my head in disagreement. You don't. Mr. Ayatkin was important to me as well. It's okay, Olivia. I know how you feel. He gave me some of the best advice I've ever gotten from anyone, and encouraged me to follow my dreams, like you. I wish I had met him sooner. There's a moment of silence between us, the air filled with a mixed sympathetic emotions. A mix of, damn it, a shared sadness from the passing of someone who made an impact on both of our lives, but a sense of thankfulness that he graced our lives. Guess we both got our issues, huh? Yeah, I guess so. A fresh breeze of icy air sends a shudder down my spine. So, what shall we do now? I pat off the growing pile of snow off my shoulders and head. Let's see. I look at my phone. School's ending in 10 minutes. Do you want to just chill here until then? No pun intended. Sure. I look around, noticing a tiny bench for two nestled against a tree. The gator girl must have noticed, as she's already holding her arms out for me. I recall something, a certain pair of raptors. I kneel down, facing away from Olivia. I can feel the icy flakes melt off of me as Olivia leans against me again. Her powerful arms wrap around my shoulders, clawed fingers digging into my jacket. My fingers locked together to form a makeshift seat for her behind me. With my passenger secured, I make a beeline for the bench, lest I get caught up in what I feel is pressuring into my back. She looks so sassy like that. She lets herself drop into the bench, uncaring for her landing. Inko, you're my favorite bald man. Taking a page from the book of Olivia, I also dropped uncaringly next to her, just glad to have some shelter from the increasing snowfall. So here we are, mission accomplished for Olivia. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna continue doing the screenshots, say what you will. Now what? My curiosity compels me to ask Olivia something. If you don't mind me asking, what did you wish for? I don't think you can tell someone what you wished for, or else it won't come true. The superstition side of myself says that she has a fair point, so I decide not to push her any further on it. Just curious is all. We continue relaxing in comfortable silence. I mean, I don't mind telling you if you tell me yours. I guess that's only fair. What did I wish for just now? It's hard to put into words. It's not something specific, rather a feeling that I keep coming back to. Back before I came to this school, I would have wished for more friends, or a successful future, or to take back something embarrassing from the past. But now that I think of it, I didn't need to make a wish. That's too vague. I know, but I don't know how else to put it. Come on, at least try. My best memories from the past few months. This. Another. This? Being outside in the freezing cold? No, not that. What do you mean then? I struggle to find the words without making myself sound stupid. We've hung out a lot together, but it's not often that it's just the two of us. Just us? Yeah, that doesn't happen a lot. I wish it was like that more often. The baryonyx's eyes go wide. Shoot, maybe that come across as too weird. I mean, I just want to get closer to you, you know? I watched the beginnings of a blush form across Olivia's cheeks. Wait, I don't mean it like that. I want to get to know you better. She glances away, laughing nervously as her tone changes drastically. Yeah, I understand. Totally. I breathe a silent sigh of relief. I want to know what you don't want to know what I wish for? If you don't want to share, you don't have to. No, I asked it for yours. It's only right. I wished to know what I want to wish for. I glance across the bench towards her. I can't make sense of anything right now. I want today to be over, frozen, and to have never happened all at once. I want Ayadigan back, but I don't want to just replace him with someone else. It's too late to start all over again. She stops to wipe her eyes, but they are already dry. All I've ever wanted was to be someone he would be proud of, but it just feels impossible. She looks away. I ended up picking something lame. Sorry. What's that? Olivia's still looking away, so while I can hear her hesitation, I can't tell what she's thinking. I threw that coin, and out of everything racing in my mind, the one thought that stuck out the most was just... She chews her lip in contemplation for a moment, and when she finally continues, her voice is a soft whisper. I want somebody I can trust. I feel my face heat up from her words and her tone. Even with her head turned, I noticed a red flush creeping over Olivia's face, too. I instinctively jerked my head the other direction. Shoot, what do I do now? We're both sitting motionless, neither daring to say another word. If I listen closely, I feel like I can hear her heartbeat from here. She can probably hear mine as well. I don't even notice the cold anymore. Maybe we can just stay like this for a few weeks. No, don't be ridiculous. You need to tell her how you feel. I clear my throat, searching for words that wouldn't come. She just said she wanted someone to trust. I mean, you can trust me. I hear shuffling from Olivia. Damn it! I can't work up the nerve to turn my head towards her. My neck feels like a rusted hinge as I try to disobey my body and look at her through my periphery. Do you trust me? Despite my words, she nods her head vigorously, the blush growing dangerously bright. Well, I shift my body towards her on the bench. I trust you too. Suddenly, she shakes her head a bit to bring herself back to reality. Maybe I can be honest with you then. You're silly, and you're ridiculous. Maybe a little over-optimistic. You're thoughtful and adventurous, and you're willing to just take me with you. You don't treat me any differently for this stupid thing. She lightly hits the armrest of the bench. I guess I stopped noticing it at some point. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you're like... So many words dance on the tip of my tongue. Like... My mouth and my brain are at a standstill. One wanting to just blurt out whatever, while the other keeps it all in and disseminates it in a thoughtful manner. What comes out is blarl. A furious snort rips through the gator girl's nose, followed by peals of laughter. Out of embarrassed shame, I cover my face with my hands. What was that? Or what was that? I curse my nerves as I try to protest her continued guttural guffaws. Come on, Olivia, I was really trying. The snowflakes that had managed to still land on me melt away from the extreme heat radiating from my whole head. Olivia acquiesces through, drawing back into just a very smug grin. Okay, take two, Inko. My head's temperature finally drops from core of the sun to a manageable volcano. Thanks, jerk. Seeing that small quirk of her own lips, I can't stop a smile from growing on my own face. I guess, be honest. Be with her and yourself. Honest. At the very start, I thought you were just out of it. What? You almost ran me over in the hallway. Oh. She frowns and looks away. Sorry. And then you tried to get my seat removed. Sorry. And the claw thing today? Not sorry about that. I figured. And you used to be hard to talk to. I felt awkward every time I'd even try. Like, thank Raptor Jesus for Damien and Liz, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten to know the real you. Olivia wrings her clawed fingers together. And what do you think of the real me? She's easily the most caring person I've ever known. I mean, yeah, she can be a little selfish and doesn't think ahead sometimes. But when she cares for something, she just has to do everything she possibly can for whatever it is. And is that what you think? Yes. I think you're quite caring and passionate and what? And I know Mr. Atkin saw that in you too. Olivia's eyes water at the mention of our mentor. Thank you, Inko. Now's the time, Inko. Just say it. Hey, Inko. Say it. Do you like me? Give me that, she's so cute. Yes? Why does talking have to be so hard? I prefer for Olivia's smug one-liner to crush my weak confession. Instead, I watch as Olivia brings her hood open, ties her eyes with it. Really? For some reason, seeing her like this fills me with a well of confidence. Yeah. Can I hear you say it? I like you, Olivia. I don't get how. Her hood peels away just enough so I can see her shimmering silver eyes. Why would you like someone like me? Well, I like you too. She's still in those slippers. Olivia brings her legs to her chest, holding the limbs tightly to her. She brings her hoodie's hem over her legs, transforming herself into a crocodile-shaped igloo. An olive igloo. Whew, slippers was a bad idea. Oh crap, yeah, you okay? Fine, just call someone. I cough awkwardly and get my phone out to call Liz. Hello? Inko, is that you? Aren't you supposed to be in class right now? Scaler let Olivia and I out early. Oh, okay. I was told about Professor Iadican. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm with Olivia by the old park by the school. Her chair's busted and we're kinda stuck. There's a keening whine from the bundled crocodile next to me, her tail wrapping around her as if to hug herself. Broke? In this weather? Are you two okay? We're fine. Can you come pick us up? Sure. I think I remember where that is. I'm with Principal Scaler right now. Once we're finished I can get you two on the way home. Thanks. After some shuffling the call drops. I turn back to Olivia. She seems more anxious than anything right now. You alright? Yeah. I'll be okay. Stovepipe maw of her igloo, her olive igloo, chatters quietly in the cold. My concern finally takes hold, forcing me to finally close the gap between us. She said that chair had no replacement. It'll take a while for her for a new one to come in. That means she'll be trapped at home, completely sealed off from the outside. Man. The beginning of Olivia's annoyed protests die of exposure, becoming a grumbling acceptance as I wrap my arms around her shivering form. You're lucky you're warm, Inko. You know you love it. Yeah, I definitely feel like it, as her body shifts and nestles closer to me, or closer against me. Olivia's tail lays on my lap, the shivers reverberating through it the most. I lay my palm across it, or atop it, feeling the cold limbs shaking slowly still. Some long distant trivia about limbs losing heat the fastest springs to mind, and in the hopes of keeping frostbite away, I pet the heavy tail. And as I do so, I hear the silliest sound rumbling from Olivia's chest and through the rest of her. It's like a purring cat almost. There's a new sensation on my cheek now, soft and warm. Finally. That's cute. Her lips are planted firmly on my cheek and this feels nice. As I continue to warm her tail for her, I feel her warm lips press more and more against my cheek. I don't know if kisses are supposed to go this long and be this wet. And now the lips are moving and some pointy things are there and munch. And that's her teeth. Oop. Olivia instantly lets go of my cheek from her non-lethal bite. Oh fuck, sorry. I'm new to this stuff. I'm nervous. It's okay, really. I put a hand to my cheek to feel the damage. I feel the indents of her fangs, but nothing serious. You gonna complain about that? I almost even start feeling asleep or falling asleep before we can hear a car pull up to the bottom of the hill. Olivia perks up and leans forward to try and see who it is. A few seconds later, Liz's head rises above the stairs, scanning like a submarine periscope. Crap, it's gonna be tough getting all the way back down, even with Liz's help. I look back and smile at Olivia, still huddled up against herself and clinging to my arm. You ready? Today seemed to drag on endlessly. Liz's arrival had ended our embrace, and she had quite the dour look on her face. She said she'd been in a meeting with the principal, and I could only imagine how the faculty and student council were reacting to Idakin's passing. Her mood seemed to lift a little, at least when she saw Olivia and I both huddled together beneath a tree. Olivia's mood, on the other hand, plummeted, probably from the way Liz and I had to carry her to the car. The ride to the Payne household had been silent, save for Olivia's grumbling and embarrassment. Think I'd be in a similar mood if I was treated like a stack of potatoes. But then again, how else were we supposed to carry her? I should suggest more leg workouts to Coach Solly, just in case. Back with Randy and Damien. Damien and Randy were waiting for us at the curb, the older man looking over Olivia with worry. She's still kneeling. When your friends told us, Soph and I were beside ourselves. I'm fine, Randy didn't really hear her, as the instant her car door was open, her legal guardian pulled her up into one hell of a bear hug. Come on, I'll get you kids some hot cocoa. Damien watched on with a smile of relief as his father hauled her over his shoulders and marched into his home. You guys want to stick around? Vinny's still in school, so we'll have the consoles to ourselves. It's still pretty early, all things considered. Sure, I'd love some hot chocolate right now. Liz? I'd like to, really, but the council still needs to prepare the arrangements for Iadakin's, well, you know. Maybe I'll come by after if I can. Oh, alright. Well, if you do, I'll make sure there's some cocoa left. Appreciate it. With that, Liz drives off down the street. Come on, let's head inside before we turn into popsicles. Settling into the well-worn couch, I notice a distant lack of the baryonyx. Where's Olivia? Randy chimes in from the kitchen, busying himself with an old-fashioned kettle. She wanted to rest on her bed, for now, boys. Give her some time. No one can resist hot cocoa during weather like this, especially how I make it. Never had home-brewed hot chocolate, but if it's anything like his cooking, then it must be some good stuff. Excuse me. After a few minutes, Randy comes out with a tray. Here you go. Here you guys go. He passes around a few Christmas-themed mugs, labelled with the family's names, and leaves the last one on top of a nearby drawer. You're gonna have to be Vinny for a bit. You cool with that? Huh, yeah. Thanks, Randy. Man, you look cold. Were you out there long? It's true. By now the snow on my jacket's melted and my clothes are chilly and soaked. Feel free to take a load off until you warm up. I'll be in my bedroom resting. Holler if you need anything else. He gives Damien a pat on the back and leaves. The mug is hot to the touch, but it's a welcome feeling to warm up my icy fingers. I take a moment to gently blow air on the beverage to cool it down before moving it to my lips. Yeah, it's pretty good. Damien is chugging his. He finishes the swig and sets the glass down. That must have been half of it in one go. Well, there are multiple ways to enjoy anything. After today's events and weather, I really needed this. Another sip It really is helping me warm up. I didn't even notice how cold I was. Hey, Vinny. Yeah? You good? I'm holding it together, yeah. Still a bit scarred. I don't blame you. Hey, Pops doesn't want you venturing back into the tundra out there. You up for for a game or something? He gestures to the entertainment setup. No, but go ahead, I'll watch. Damien thinks for a second, the few gears in his head turning in conflict. Really? Or really, I don't mind. Alright, I'll get set up. Damien sets his game up, searching several mismatched cases for the right CD and giving the screen a good thump to get it to work properly. Pfft. Damien, the kind of guy that puts different games in different cases. Maybe it's maybe it's Vinny. Grabbing a controller, he turns on the X-Rocks 1, selecting something called Rock Ring ODHG. Rock Ring ODHG? What's that meant to be a play on? And settles deep into his groove on the couch. This one's my favourite in the series. After a minute or two of gathering a full lobby, the Dilophospino Dino picks his class and begins his virtual rampage. Only a minute in, he manages to get the first kill. I'm just a bit burnt out for the day. Getting pretty tired, actually. Hey, Inko. Yeah? Olivia didn't come back with her wheelchair. Did something happen? Yeah. She isn't taking Iadican's passing well. Man. Well, I'm glad you were there for her. My eyes remain on the screen, lost in the vibrant violence of some in-game announcer proclaims Damien's digital massacre. On his part, Damien's frills wavered like crazy, and it looked as if his arms are wanting to wave in victory. You want to talk about it? I don't want to take up your time, Damien. Come on, man. We've known each other for a while. You can be honest with me. Not sure where to begin, really. Iadican was really cool. I don't really have the right words for it. Somehow, I think I'm unqualified to speak on it compared to Olivia. She knew him better than I ever did. He was important to her, yeah. We talked about it for a bit before Liz picked us up, but I'm worried. I'm not much help. Well, that's what we're here for, right? To help her out in any way we can. Best thing to do is just to be ourselves for her, and she'll eventually go through the motions her own way. Yeah, that makes a surprising amount of sense. I slowly look up from the mug over to Damien. And you make it sound so easy too. He briefly meets my gaze before returning his attention to the screen. I know I'm not the smartest guy around, but I do know Olivia. And we don't share parents, but she's still my older sister. Older sister? Her birthday is first, duh. And knowing Olivia, she'll be able to manage. But how are you managing? Me? Trying to sort the maelstrom of emotions running rampant in my head is overwhelmed, I guess. I wish I'd gone to learn more from him. Olivia could probably recite some of his lessons by heart. She probably could. I remember the first time she got to work with some special paints in his class. She was just ecstatic. She came home a mess, covered all over with blues and greens and leaving tracks behind wherever she went. When Mom saw her carpet vandalized, she threw her right into the backyard and hosed her off. I ended up joining in because it looked fun. I in the hallway leading to her room, a part of me wants to see if she's alright. That part simply wants to be closer to her again. Damien looks back again, the unspoken question clearly written across his arched brows. What about Olivia and you? Speaking of, I may have told Olivia that I liked her. About time. Huh? What? You two have been stuck together like glue ever since the summer barbecue. I mean, come on now. Anyone with half a brain could see that you were becoming more than friends. All the signs were there. Although, it does worry me a little. Why's that? Well, think about it. Your teacher just passed away. You're both wrecks right now. What if it's just the suspension bridge thing? I don't know, man. It only just happened. You're right. Sorry. I do like Olivia. I know that. I guess I'm a little scared of the future. How so? There's just a bunch of things I still don't get about Olivia. Or maybe friendship in general. When I first arrived at St. Hammond, I never really had any friends like you guys. So to suddenly get involved in all of this, I don't know. I think I get you, yeah. Things can be a little dramatic around here. One way to put it. What's so different about your old friendships? Never really had any. Well, that's not true. I had friends, but they were like day friends, you know. Classmate friends, yeah. I got a bunch. And your folks constantly moving means they only ever lasted like a year tops. Yeah. Am I a day friend? No way. You come to our parties and everything. In fact, look. He points to the subtle discoloured patch on my jeans where Vinny's acid punch had failed to completely wash off. We got you marked. Thanks. It means more than you know. Huh. To be honest, I always had a good feeling about you. Though, you'd be a decent addition to the group. Or thought you'd be a decent addition to the group. But to see Olivia actually start opening up around you 2 months ago, that was unthinkable. All those years I was trying alone, you know. Made it all worthwhile. Not to take credit or anything, I'm just really glad to see her happy after so long. Moments of Olivia and I together flashed through my head. Good, bad, and everything in between. It all culminates into a single image of her, staring up at me with that smile of hers. Me too. Hard to believe that she's been dealing with so much inside when I first met her. Well, Inko, some people just have a lot of problems they hide from the world. For example, he puts the controller down and shifts to look at me in the eye. His character is instantly sniped. That hot chocolate gave me a tummy ache. I'm being serious. That was serious. It can be little things like that. Little stresses that add up. Now it doesn't bother me, but someone else. It might just about ruin them. Damn, Damo, you're pretty smart for a clueless meathead. If you're trying to get with Olivia, I'll give you a nickel's worth of my advice my dad told me. If a girl you like asks you to wear your shirt at 2 a.m. and to bake cookies, she's an absolute keeper. Huh. That's some pretty good advice. Just don't break her heart, yeah? Wouldn't dare to think of it. Damien offers me a fist bump, to which I happily reciprocate. A door creaks open. Both our heads turn back to the sound. Yeah, she actually finally has that fucking thing off. She kneels in the doorway from her room, leaning against the side railing. Damien nods to me and continues his game. The ambient gunfire and controller clicking fills the silence. I take the hint to stand up, slowly approaching Olivia as she tries to shuffle down the hallway. She's completely upright in a display of pure confidence. Even her tail is upright, as if to amplify her dignity. I'll have to tell her how cute that is when I'm not so drained. I wordlessly offer her hand and she accepts. I have a big dumb smile on my face right now. With her on my shoulder, I walk the both of us towards the living room couch and plop down on it with her. Oh, here. I lean forward to grab her cocoa from the coffee table. Most of the warmth is gone by now. Guess I can go warm it up in the microwave for her. There. She's tugging my arm. Come on, it's cold. She starts leaning harder against me to keep me from getting up all the way. Alright, jeez. I give her the mug, and she goes to start sipping instantly. I was going to warm. My voice dies as I feel her settle against my legs with a relaxed hum. Her body relaxes more, and I'm allowed to sit up enough for her to settle in by my shoulder. She's warm. The two of us watch Damien's game continue. Olivia continues sipping down her drink, letting one hand free from the mug. Her hand finds its way to mine, and our fingers curl around each other's. Damien plays a few more games. I don't really keep track of how well he does. He finishes one last match and yawns, stretching back over the couch. Alright, that's probably enough for me. I'm gonna get going. Give you two some space. Okay. Damien gets up from the couch and slides his controller near the cabinet where it lied before. On his way out, he stops to look right into my eyes. Hey, keep things chill, man. Don't do anything stupid, alright? Yeah. He nods and heads off into the depths of the house. And just like that, it's quiet once again. Or once more. Is she asleep? Hey. I don't think you've seen my room before, have you? Not at all. Would you want to see? I'd love to. Now wash your blush. Am I getting good at this? Okay, just walk me there. Similar to before, I held Olivia off the couch and we shuffled our way towards her room. Wow. I gotta take a look at this. It's nice. It's a lot more spacious than my actual room. Sorry. Wow. I'm not sure what I was expecting Olivia's room to look like, but I'm surprised. It's the air that hits me first. A strange mix of heavy fake floral candle trying its best to cover the almost nostalgic scent of art supplies. Band posters and paintings of dinosaurs cover a lot of her wall space, like the room in her own personal canvas. Her desk sat beneath the window. Again, what space that wasn't covered by the faded-looking paper was instead covered up in dried-up paint. Right next to that, a dresser holding up a decades-old television and retro gaming consoles. All in all, it reminds me of my room, of the rooms. It reminds me of the rooms they'd shown in old high school movies. So where do you want? Just on the floor is fine. I gently lower Olivia on the floor, letting myself sit cross-legged next to her in the process. So what do you think? I think it suits you. Figured you wouldn't have any chairs. I got this really soft rug and a beanbag chair over there. She gestures to a beat up lump in the corner near a large lamp. Olivia pulls something off her bed. It's a laptop, open to a music program. But I don't recognize any of these songs, or bands, or albums. That's a pretty big track list. What music do you listen to? I'm sort of a closeted metalhead. Duh, that's a fucking W. Whenever I'm alone, I put some on at full blast while I do chores or art. Generator Head, Super Death, Iron Tomb, Motorhead, Megadeth, Iron Tomb. Who's that meant to be? Oh, Iron Maiden. You name it. What do you listen to? Please let us get in. Don't lock us away. Mumble rap? I listen to mumble rap. If that scratches your brain, then. Anyway, my dad was super into heavy metal when I was a kid, and he got me into it. You got a shit taste in music. When Damien and I would be playing out in the yard, and his mom would be making lunch, our dads would be in the garage blasting heavy metal while they worked on the car. Working on cars? Yep. My dad and Uncle Randy would fix up some cars. She clears her throat. Huh. I think that's the first time I've heard you call him Uncle Randy. Yeah, I call him that sometimes, along with Auntie Sophia. You call him Auntie Sophia? Your right hand comes off? Oh my fucking god. Yes, she's perfect. What do you... Olivia lunges over to chomp on my hand, and I have to take a moment to check my fingers just in case. Please tell me she's making a reference to Resident Evil 4. Hey, I was joking. So was I. But yeah, I listen to a lot of this. You want to hear any? She offers me the trackpad. Anything I see, huh? Say, what kind of music is B flat? Music is a bit lame, actually. B flat. Hold on. What is B flat music? Am I stupid? I'm not gonna play any on stream because I don't want to get in trouble. But Bohemian Rhapsody is B flat. In Bloom is. No Excuses by Alice in Chains is. Shoots and Ladders. I'll keep that playlist open. Anyways. Wait here. There's actually something else. Something else? Something nobody else gets to see. I'm gonna show you my chest. She probably doesn't mean her actual chest, you fucking numbnuts. Here it is, look. Olivia holds out a small wooden box. There are two rusted metal latches that have long since aged past their use. I can't see it quite well in the dim lighting, but I think if I were to hold it up in the sunlight, I'd see a thin layer of glitter glue coating the whole thing. It's also been painted carefully, with very thoughtful attention to tones. What could be inside? Honestly, no guesses come to mind. Could be anything. What are you waiting for? Open it. I carefully opened the lid. We got teeth, stones, a cool picture of her, more stones, a paintbrush, and I think it's a lighter. Another picture. What? Inside of Olivia's chest, the box is filled with various baubles and trinkets. What is all this? It's like my own little hoard. I've been saving up lots of little things through the years. Nobody else has ever seen it. She holds out the box for me to take. It's heavier than it looks. This must be some high quality material. With the box in hand, I sit on the edge of the bed. Olivia manages to crawl her way up to sit beside me. She reaches inside to grab. Do I get to choose? Oh, can I? Okay. Oh, this used to be Uncle Randy's. Does the engraving mean anything? She shakes her head with a soft smile. Not really. He said it's harder to steal and hide stuff that looks unique. Really? I think he thought I looked cool. And not tacky. Well, I think it looks cool. You would. Oh hey. Whoa. Some of these look really cool. Of course they do. I picked all these out myself. Where'd you get these? I pick one up whenever I see one. They're a dime of a dozen. What are these? Just a couple of cool rocks I found around. I liked how they looked, so I kept them. I grab one of the rocks to give it a closer look. It's grey, with thin brown lines all across it, or all around it, and smooth to the touch. It'd be a perfect skipping stone. That's one of my favourite. Tastes like salt. How do you know that? I tasted it. Teeth. What's that? That's my first tooth. Wow. Never seen baby dino teeth up close before. It's so tiny and sharp. What's that one? That's my 58th tooth. Your teeth grow back? Yours don't? Humans. Ah, I love this little guy. What's that? Let me show you. Olivia rummages through the box and plucks out a tiny hexagon piece. She then places the plastic ball onto it. Right before my eyes, it transforms into this little robotic looking dinosaur. Ooh. It's a Gabukan. Dinoid, to be exact. A Bakugan, I used to have them. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I had about 9 of them. And I used to watch the TV show, and I used to have a friend back in it was primary school. Way back before I lived here. Good memories. I was hooked on the show when I was younger, and I always asking to get the toys for my birthday and Christmas. Vinny's got the rest of my old collection. This one was always my favourite, so I kept it here. It's the red one too. It's a picture of Olivia's chest. Of Olivia at the shore. That was from last summer. Dad had a weekend off and we all went swimming together at the beach. The sun was just setting and decided to take a picture since it was a nice view. Plus, I felt pretty. Maybe we could go together sometime. Maybe, yeah. She places the photo back in the box. She's pretty on it anyways. Last thing. A paintbrush. A very important paintbrush. Olivia's lips turn upwards, slowly, as each bristle of the brush flicks away from her thumb. Though she averts her eyes away from mine, I can see the green of her her scaly cheeks turn red. Sorry, just got sentimental for a moment. This was the first brush I ever had. Dad gave it to me on my 5th birthday. Her tone falters lightly. Dad always asked me to make him little drawings, and every time I finished one and gave it to him, he'd tell me it looked amazing. I could barely draw a circle back then, but he'd still gush over them and she shakes her head. I think he put them in some scrapbook. I don't know, but he'd keep them all. Olivia looks back to me, her embarrassment turning into bashfulness. Thanks. Minutes go by as Olivia continues showing off her personal little hoard. All tiny objects that Olivia's chosen to keep with her this whole time, eagerly explaining the significance of every little piece of her she's still got locked away in here. By the time we're done, she's resting her muzzle on my shoulder. It's been a crazy long day. I'm pretty exhausted myself. Can you put this back on the dresser there? Sure. And gently move her off my shoulder, much to her muffled groans of protest. Then I carefully place the box back where it was on the dresser. A small friend pokes his nose curiously through the bars of his cage. Hey little guy, long time no see. Were you napping? The black and white Murid replies with a series of squeaks. I like to think he's saying that he's glad to see me. Hey Olivia. Oh, I'm pretty exhausted too. Bed's definitely off limits. That leaves either the floor or the couch outside, or that beanbag chair looks pretty inviting right now. I slump into it, the beads inside scrunching under my weight as I settle in. It's soft. It smells a bit like paint in Olivia's hair. Does Olivia lay on this while she works? As I start to drift off, the last thing my weary eyes take notice of is Olivia sleeping soundly on her bed. With how emotionally draining this whole day has been for us, it's nice to see her looking so peaceful. I begin to stir from my deep, cushiony slumber. It feels like there's something heavily across my stomach, stopping any ability to move. Did someone throw a weighted blanket over me? Actually, it feels like whatever's on me is vibrating. What is it? Olivia? God! Inko, you lucky fucker. God damn. She's on me? My entire head grows hot as my brain tries to process the situation. As she's her chest pressing close to mine, I can feel her rhythmic breathing across my body. It's deep, slow, and with a subtle little noticeable rumble with each exhale. If I focused hard enough, I could probably feel her heartbeat. Maybe she's sleep crawled onto the beanbag and I didn't realize I was on it. Dude, shut up. Look at how she is. She's got her arm wrapped around you. Stop being such an idiot. I should probably wake her up so she can get back to her bed. And each time I try to move, her limbs cling tighter around my body like a boa constrictor. With all but Olivia's tail wrapped around me, any attempts of escaping her hold is fruitless. Olivia looks even more peaceful than she did on the bed. Give in, you fucking nerd. Maybe she does know that I'm here. I'll leave her be. Last thing I want to do is make her a cranky gator. With my free hand I managed to grab my phone. Checking the time, the digital clock says it's only 5 minutes past 4:30. Plenty of time to continue my nap. I nestle my head back into the beanbag and let the feeling of Olivia's rumbling lull me back to sleep. This feels nice. My morning alarm lulls me from my sleep and into the world of the living. I ended up spending the night at Olivia's place. Randy and Sophia thought my parents would actually be worried that I stayed with strangers for the night. When my folks haven't answered their phones, Sophia was left fuming. Randy didn't look as bothered though, and the two calmed down after I made something up about a business trip. Honestly, I'm probably right anyway. On the upside, I got to spend the night with Olivia. Last night, we even turned the living room into some kind of blanket and pillow fort. It felt childish to huddle up on the floor with Olivia and watch her play old computer games on the outdated TV, but I had more fun than I'd like to admit. But now that Fridays rolled around, it was time for school. Olivia's wheelchair is out of commission until Randy could go get a replacement, meaning she'd have to miss out today. Given the state of both her emotions and wheelchair, it pained me to have to go without her and leave her all alone. Honestly, I don't want to be alone in my cold and empty house either. Miss Sophia is one hell of a cook. Last night she made a delicious meatloaf. Guess I know who Olivia gets her culinary skills from. I rise from the couch, pulling the spare blanket off of me. The pains let me sleep on the couch, but at some point Olivia must have dragged herself from her room to join me. As I try my best to get up without waking her, I pull out my phone to check the time. It's about the same time I normally wake up. I'm kind of impressed by my own internal clock. You awake, son? I jump as Randy makes his presence known behind me. His hands idly button up a floral shirt as he motions ahead towards the unconscious gator lying on the couch. Guessing he has the early shift. She wasn't there when I went to sleep. Don't worry about it. I'm not accusing you. Damien's already up and the kitchen's got cereal. Don't be late for school. I nod in response, taking a few moments to put my jacket and glasses on before heading to the kitchen. Even if I didn't remember where I was, it wouldn't be hard to find Damien's busy slurping honeyed oats with a jet engine. Oh, Inko, you hungry? Before I even reply, the Dilophosaurus jumps out of his chair and makes for a nearby cabinet, procuring another bowl and spoon which he slides across the table. Thanks. Most important meal of the day, my man. Eat up. He gestures to the half gallon of milk and box of cereal on the table. I take a seat across from Damien and pour myself a bowl. Normally I'd skip breakfast on the account of getting an upset stomach during PE. Then again, that could be my PTSD with the burritos talking. With spoon in hand, I get a scoop of cereal and begin eating. You know, as far as cereals go, it's a little bland. As if I had... Excuse me. If I had to guess, they probably avoid any of the colourful sugar-filled cereals to prevent Vinny from bouncing off the walls. More than he usually does, at least. I continue enjoying my bowl of cereal with less ferocious haste than Damien. At long last, before we're... It's not long before... Give me a sec. Shit. It's not long before we're both done, and Damien stands up without any intent on cleaning up after himself. Liz should be getting here any minute now, so we can wait outside. Sounds good. I take the time to rinse off our dishware in the sink before anything else. Damien looks a little guilty as he realises what I'm doing. Finally, with breakfast dealt with, we get ready to head outside into the cold, harsh world. As I grab my backpack by the couch, I take one more glance at my slumbering girlfriend. She's taken up the entirety of the couch now, the blanket we shared falling away as she spread out into the spot I was just at. Should I give her a kiss goodbye? Or maybe fix the blanket for her? What do you think, dumbass? Is this a choice thing or does it matter? Fuck it. Staring at her soft-looking lips, I shake my head and kneel down, pressing the softest of pecks on her brow. As I turn away from her, something catches my wrist. It's Olivia's hand. With bleary eyes full of sleep, she looks at me, silently asking me to stay. Up. Liz is here. His words make Olivia tighten her grip. Painfully tight. Ow, hey, I'll be back tonight, okay? She's fighting to stay awake, with eyes flustering and hand grip waning. Olivia. Promise. Kneeling back down, I place another soft kiss on her head. Promise. I think she accepts that. She lets herself slump back onto the couch. Ain't all. Sorry, had to do something. Damien huddles himself and charges into the cold right to Liz's car. She flings the passenger door open just in time for him to leap in and close it again. I get one last look at Olivia before I shut the door and hurry down as well. Oh man, the car is nice and warm. Morning, Inko. You really stayed the whole night? Liz starts down the road towards the school. Morning. Yeah, I didn't want to be left alone in the snow. Is that why you smell like Damien's deodorant? His clothes are looking pretty ragged by it now too. Shut up. I'll have to get a shower and a fresh change of clothes as soon as possible. Whoa. Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm having extreme deja vu. You ever have them dreams where you're somewhere you've never been, or you're doing something you've never done, and then someday it happens and it just clicks in your mind and you're just reminded of it? Like, I swear to God, I had a dream of looking at this screen right now years ago, and now I'm here. But I've had a lot of weird like dreams like that. Maybe I should make a video talking about them. One of them was really crude and sad. Or well, not crude, but it was grim and sad, and it actually had me depressed for like a day. But yeah, anyways, back to it. Damien and Liz keep the conversation moving, and my mind starts to wander. Man, poor Olivia. Who knows when a replacement chair is coming in? Could be anywhere from a few days to weeks. And she's gonna be stuck home the whole time, while I still need to go to school. It won't be the same. We won't get to be together in the art room as often, or art room after school, all alone, just talking, making fun of my bad paintings. Just us. Man, wait till Anakin finds out we're... Damn it. Well, I guess he knows by now then. Man, it really won't be the same. Yo, Inko, you good? You seem pretty down all of a sudden. I'll be fine. I appreciate you guys. Really. This has been the best school year of my life so far. So thank you for being my friends. Hey, you're cool too. What brought this on? Damien. Oh. This last school year has been pretty special. Hanging out with you guys so much has changed in such a short amount, hanging out with you guys so much has changed in such a short amount of time. Even if things are shaky right now, it's really been worth it. I have hopes for what comes next. Me too, Liz. Silence falls over the car as Liz takes off. Damien's hand is occasionally swatted away from the radio knob as we all sit in companionable silence. It's nice taking a different scenic route to school. At school, the atmosphere is undeniably different. It's as talkative and rowdy as ever, but there's less of it. I don't know, maybe it's just my mind playing with me. There's less colour as well, like it's been drained just a bit. The layer of snow blanketing everything outside is partially to blame. Man, I was looking forward to making a snowman this year. Maybe I'll be feeling it later. Solly was as stern as ever in his class. Whether it's just that he doesn't care or his own form of respect is beyond me. But his hat was on just a little tighter than normal today. Man, too many feelings today. Moping isn't gonna get me anywhere. I'm halfway to second period when the question of Iatican's replacement strikes me. Will we just be getting a few days off? There's no way they can just find a new teacher on such a short notice. Class is probably going to be on hold for a while. His name is still on the doorplay when I enter. Inside, many of the students chatter with each other normally. Some nervously glance up at the teacher's desk. I take my normal seat by the vacant desk Olivia would normally be stationed. Period's gonna suck without her. Looks like all I got to do to look forward to is lunch with Damien and Liz. Man, the whole day is just gonna drag on. I want to go back to Olivia. The bell rings, and an unfamiliar woman in a suit walks in, clipboard in hand. She nods at us all and starts reading mechanically from some scripts. The substitute tries her best, but there's only so much you can get done on your first day on such short notice and with some papers to read out. Her tone doesn't help. Drawn out and empty, and I feel myself losing focus. I look down at my half-taken notes. Shoot, Olivia would kill me if she saw the... if she... The substitute looks at the class phone in frustration as she walks over to answer its call. They both mumble back and forth for a few seconds before... We got an Inker Cog Cheeto in the class. I raise my hand. The substitute thumbs towards the door. Office called, you're wanted. Weird. What would the office want with me? My footsteps echo on the hard, cool tile on the way to the principal's office. I heard once that they made the halls to the faculty offices longer on purpose to scare you. Although, that may just be from an old comic strip. The effects were there, however, as each of my reverberating steps sent a spike of unease through my core. When I finally stood before the principal's office, the feeling of unease peaked. Great, this bitch. Slowly I opened the door and inched myself inside. The principal was sitting behind the disorganized desk, blanketed with numerous sheets, and in between me and her, Mia and Ben, looking back at me from their own chairs. You wanted to see me, Principal Scaler? Yes, Mr. Neo. There's some matters we need to discuss. She motions to the third chair in front of her. I take a seat as instructed next to Ben, who's more or less acting as a personal barrier between me and Mia. Mr. McKnight has informed me that there was an incident between you and Miss Moretti earlier this month. Why, you didn't fucking hear it or something? You're not a very good principal now, are you? One of which school property was severely damaged. Yeah, it was near the start of the month, so why now? I look at Ben and Mia. I'm sorry. There were more pertinent issues at the time it got. I had to keep pushing this back to handle things like the audit paperwork, and an excessively heavy breath leaves Miss Scaler's mouth. You should have given me the reports for this as soon as it happened. Miss Scaler looks at Ben as she frowns. This needs to be resolved by the end of today, Benjamin. Yeah, to be honest, maybe I have a feeling you just did it to cover up for this bitch. Fuck your fucking student council, alright? Doesn't mean shit. Her tired eyes turn my way. Please, so that we can finish this as soon as possible. Well, so you can go back to doing nothing? While she spoke, my focus was on Mia, and the smile that crept across her face. From what Miss Moretti has told me, it was you who instigated it in the first place. Care to explain? What? Principal Scaler, Mia was the one who were aware that she caused the damage, Mr. Neo. Oh. The older woman leans forward with a pen and paper in hand. What we need to know is how this incident happened in the first place. I think we should hear Mia's side of the story first. Oh, you son of a... Since she was the one to inadvertently cause this damage after all. Ben, fuck you. The red-scaled girl nods, holding out her hands as she begins. Miss Scaler, I was just trying to talk with Olivia that day. Yeah, like all the other days, blackmailing her and calling her a crippled retard. Is that it? God. Probably have them bangs there because you got a receding hairline going back to your fin. When out of nowhere, Inko shows up and starts getting on my case. I was trying to tell him that me and Olivia were just joking on a project when, bam, he just whips out his camera and blinds me with it. What? Didn't she slap herself in the face with a tail-mounted glitter bomb? And because I couldn't see, I kept running into things, even knocking things over. I didn't mean to do it, Miss Scaler. I know I've a temper, and trust me, Ben's been really helping me on it. He's definitely not been helping you on being a lying bitch. But you can't blame me for going around like a headless chicken. She can't be fucking serious. I look to the principal and see that she's just listening to her lie right through her teeth. And this ain't even the first time he's done this. I tried talking to Olivia back in September and he pulled her away. I swear he's been out for me ever since the first day of school. Principal Scaler, that... Shh. I swear to God, if you take her side, I'm just... Oh. Iadican should have been the one that fucking was the principal. Jesus Christ. My jaw slams shut bitterly as the principal denies me the chance to defend myself. Terrible principal. Her eyes turned downward to a particular stack of papers atop her desk, carefully scanning one page and flipping to the next. The silence of the room is unnerving as she flips through the pages after page, finally breaking her quiet but the quiet by clearing her throat. Now, Mr. Neo, you can give me your side of the incident. Taking a deep breath, I reiterate what Olivia and I had told our former art teacher, back when he had saved us from the blonde bitch currently glaring daggers at me. From the moment Mia took Olivia away, to finding them in the classroom, to when she slapped herself in the face with a glitter-covered poster. However, I decide to stretch the truth about why Mia was in the classroom with Olivia, and only mention that she was harassing her. Last thing Olivia needs is to be interviewed about her own involvement in all of this. I did my best to remain collected, but recalling everything that happened reminds me of how Mr. Iadican had always tried to look out for us. My throat dried out as I continued on in spite of my faltering voice. By the time I finally get to the end, I sound like a squeaking hinge than a person. Mr. Neo, put the fucking spike away, you prick. Principal Scaler's voice brought me back to my memories and into the room. Mia was sneering at me. Ben's brow was knitted together in worry. And the principal, thank you, that's all I needed to hear. Please expel this bitch. She moves from around her desk, the sheets of paper she had been looking over in her hands once more. Maybe Iadican left something before he passed. The principal stands directly in front of us now, with an unbearable expression. In addition to the report itself, our you son of a bitch, our Iadican left behind his account of what happened. In it, he described Mia's actions as openly hostile and intentional. Actions that were only interrupted once he used... Scaler sighs in astonishment. Once he used the estrus taser. However, it seems Iadican left some things out of his report. There's no motive for anything that happened, no matter who was at fault. I'm not sure why he'd leave something like that out, but as it stands, there are far too many unknowns here for my liking. Do you fuckers not got cameras or something? God, not very fucking good school now, are yous? If you're not gonna be, keeping an eye on your students. Especially her and her fucking sissy boyfriend. Now, I would like to give the benefit of a doubt, especially at a time like this, but given the extent of the destruction and the previous... She's struggling, ma'am. Besides, making a big deal of this during an audit isn't going to look good for the school. I'm finding it hard to believe your intentions here are completely professional, Mr. McKnight. Yeah, shut your bitch ass up, nerd. He freezes like a deer in the headlights. Yeah, you fucking look like one too. Twink. Scalar grumbles to herself, placing a hand on her head while we all await the verdict. I feel bad for her. Between the mountains of paperwork and half-dozen mugs on her desk, it's easy to tell she's overworked. It would bring me no greater relief than to have you expelled and out of my hands. Unfortunately, I don't have the time or energy to deal with this. Mia, you're suspended for 3 days, and I'm marking your record again. Now if you three don't mind, leave my office and leave me be. She doesn't even look up at any of us. I turn towards Ben, who looks both scared and relieved, and Mia, who looks positively overjoyed. She practically skips out of the office, without another word, leaving both Ben and I to stare blankly for a few seconds. Another glare from Scalar sends us both out of the room in an instant, so you basically just give her a little slap on the wrist. You're fucking useless. Seriously? That's it. It all hits me at once. She just gets to walk away. After everything she did to Olivia, she gets the equivalent of a slap on the wrist. Yeah, exactly what I was saying. Whoops. I watch as Mia happily strolls off down the hall a good distance ahead. That... Inko, are you okay? I am okay. Ben, what the hell are you thinking? On top of everything else, between our teacher dying and what Olivia's going through, could this not have fucking waited? Look, no, Olivia's... Is she alright? She crashed her wheelchair. She's stuck at home. She can barely leave her room, let alone the house. And you're over here playing games with interpersonal drama like a fucking school child. Inko, I'm sorry. Are you? 'Cause you are dragging me halfway across the school so that crazy bitch can use me as a scapegoat when I just want to go home. And you're helping her by being her lawyer. Holy shit, dude. I used to have respect for you. But it's not like that. Then how is it? It's hard to explain. You know what? I'm already drained. I don't have the energy to spend on this. Inko, nobody's actually in trouble. It's fine. If a man that wears shades all the time looks at me like that, I'd piss myself and run away. My withering glare does its job as Ben reluctantly backs away. Look, man, it's just for the best. For you, for Olivia, for the school. I can't believe this. You know, now I know why Olivia hates you. I feel a cruel satisfaction as my words lash at Ben. His face growing more distraught. Get your shit together, man. I turn to leave and get away from everything. Inko, please, you don't understand. Yeah, I really don't. Just listen to me, okay? I swear to God, if I hear a sob story. No. Good man, Inko. With nothing else left to say, I leave without bothering to look back. By now, it's about lunchtime, meaning I can hang out with Damien and Liz. Definitely need it after this. Good man, Inko. You are the fucking best. Fucking dump that piece of shit asshole. God, I always hated Ben. After school, I took the metro back home to shower and put on some new clothes. As it turns out, my parents really were on a business trip for the weekend, as indicated by a sticky note on the fridge. Oof. Randy opens the door to let me in. Ah, there you are. Damien mentioned you'd be coming over late. Hey, Randy. Say, Uncle, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind shoveling the snow off the driveway when you can. Would really appreciate it, and I'll even pay you a couple of bucks for it. No need for payment, sir. As thanks for letting me come in unannounced again. Thanks a bunch, really. As Randy leaves, I collapse into the couch and let my head rest against the comforter. God, the whole thing with Ben and Mia really took a lot out of me. But you did the right thing. You stopped taking shit. You put the fucking foot down. The weight of my heavy thoughts drag my head sideways until I can see Olivia's bedroom door. My eyes linger there as I consider getting up to see her, or just giving her some time to come out. She has to know I'm here now, right? She probably does. She also probably doesn't want to do her silly knee walk thing right now, or right again. I wonder how mad she'd be if I caught it on camera. A present cuts off my view before sitting right next to me. Hey, you alright, Inky? You were kind of out of it at lunch. For a moment I considered telling Damien about what happened. But honestly, the last thing I want to do is bring this sort of drama into what I consider my safe haven. Yeah, I'm alright, Damien. Just had a rough time at school and I was hoping to take my mind off it. Ah, that's pretty understandable. I mean, that with everything that's been going on and in all. If you only knew. In an attempt to comfort me, Damien pats my shoulder. Tell you what, I'll finish up my homework and then we can chill over a game of Rock Ring or something. That sound good? Yeah, that sounds good. Sweet. Alone again. My stomach is aflutter with butterflies as I get up from the couch. Olivia's room is just a couple of steps away, and each one stirs the butterflies even more. Once I reach it, I feel like I'm in the shadow of a colossus monolith. Come on, Inko, you just gotta knock. Damn it, arm, just lift up. Stop shaking. I'm awake, Uncle Randy. It's me, Olivia. I hear a quiet shuffling before Olivia speaks up, more loudly this time. Inko? Yeah, are you... Okay, decent. Damn you, brain. Can I come in? Yeah, just watch your step. Watch my step? My hand is still shaking as I make contact with the knob. With a deep calming breath, the butterflies finally start slowing down and I'm able to push the door open. Oof. This don't look good. And see blackness. Olivia? The room is extremely dark. The only source of light is coming from the entryway. I have to take my sunglasses off in an attempt to see through the darkness better. Olivia, the heck happened in here? Why is it so dark? I make out Olivia's shape in her bed. No reason. Just been playing games all day in the dark. Thought it'd be fun. Well, I'm turning on the light. No, don't. You'll ruin it. The room flickers to life. Olivia's bed has been rearranged into a nest of blankets with her in the middle. She lies on her side with a multitude of odd sketchbooks and loose papers piled around her. Quite the setup. Hi. Hey. Well, that's cute. How did it get so dark? Olivia weakly shields herself under her covers. Is this paint? Olivia, did you paint over your windows? Yes, I did, and I'm proud of it. Why would you go and do that? The light coming in offended my blackened heart, and my window became a canvas into the darkness of my life. And now my own greatest work of art, I live in peace of despair. Oh, Raptor Jesus. Olivia, you're not a living art exhibit. You got sad and painted your windows black. It's a performance piece. Now turn the lights back off. Not happening. I go and sit by her on the bed. She leans up a bit and offers a spot closer to her. Hey, you okay? I don't know. One sec. I take the spot, feeling the bed sink beneath me. Olivia takes the blankets she wrapped up. Olivia takes the blankets she's wrapped up in and bundles them up higher on herself. That's all this paper. What's all this paper for? Nothing. They're all for nothing. Come on, you know what I mean. I pick up the torn cover of a notebook and see that it's dated for 3 years ago. Have you been looking through these all day? Her head bobs in a meek nod. There sure is a lot. There's not enough. I should have done more. Her teeth clenched when an involuntary hiccup escapes her. God, I may as well just forget all of it. It's all useless. It crushes me to see her like this. But maybe getting her to talk about it will help her. Just a bit. I'd like to hear more. Olivia sniffles a bit and reaches a hand out, grasping in the air towards one of the pages in front of her. I lean forward to bring it closer. There's a soft whistling sigh while her watery eyes scan over the page. Yeah. See this one? Her hand shakily pokes through her blanket cocoon, landing on a crumpled page of a highly detailed poem. Iadican. He sketched that for me to show me. Sorry. Iadican. He sketched that for me to show how he draws hands. I see it. That's definitely his work. It is, isn't it? I never would have gotten anywhere without him, and now I watch her bite back the urge to tear up. Well, I probably wouldn't have stuck with art in general. I wanted him to be there when I made it. Made it? Yeah, made it. Across the finish line, you know. Well, now he won't see me fail either. Her mocking laughter is hollow as tears bud at her eyes. Come on, don't say that. What's this one? That one? That's from when I was struggling with form. I had to go back to fundamentals for a bit. Sounds tough. It was tedious, but he made it fun. How about there's a spiral dated back to her freshman year in arm's reach. This one. Oh, that one's embarrassing. I was barely able to draw back then. I don't judge. You've seen my work. How could I? Olivia silently pages through the bound notebook, recalling a memory associated with every page. With each turn of the page, her voice grew hoarser. Her hands tremble, and her breaths are short and harsher. And when she comes to a sterile white page, Olivia breaks. I draw her into a hug as she cries. The poor girl crumples completely, all her energy now going to her sorrowful wails. My own eyes sting, but I have to be strong, for Olivia's sake. There's no words to her cries, only her regrets and anguish given voice in loud screams. She doesn't... Those don't last, as her voice gives out, finally spent. She's now left simply letting her tears flow freely onto the blanket and my jacket. The notebook that she held onto tightly finally releases, her tense grip having broken the binding and letting the pages drift downward individually. I don't know what Olivia was trying to do, but once that last page has drifted back down to the bed and her body weight was pressing against my chest, if it weren't for the wall behind me, I'd be on my back and held down by the tired girl, with my head practically atop hers. I feel the last remnants of her shuddering gasps. This didn't work. I'm such an idiot. Why wouldn't it? Or why would it? She doesn't want to be thinking about Ayadican, moron. Okay, plan B. I clearly can't do this alone. Hey, let's go into the living room, alright? No. Come on. It's too dark in here. How long will you keep the windows like that? Forever. Come on. That can't be healthy. You need sunlight. Olivia protests by digging into my shoulder with her muzzle. Guts needs sunlight too. A long sigh. She knows I'm right. Promise to clean up later? Okay. Thanks. Really, I think we should head to the living room. Will you come with me? No. I want to stay here. Please. Dang it. Okay. Can I at least pick out a movie or something from the living room? She nods her head in response. Alright. Do you need anything else? There's some soda in the fridge. Bring some for both of us. Alright. I move my legs over the edge of the bed and hop off. Oof. That doesn't look good. That really doesn't look good. Olivia gasps as the blanket comes up with me. Oh my god. You weren't supposed to see that. Olivia, are you alright? What happened? Olivia hides her tear-marked face with her hands in shame. I tried to walk. You what? Her hands drop, along with her head. I don't know. With eyes drained of life, she stares at the mess of papers before her. Everything's gone. Nothing makes sense anymore. All I have is this hollow feeling. And I wasn't thinking at all, and Olivia looks up at me again, eyes pleading for something. I try for a miracle, okay? Do you blame me? I don't know what to say. Does it hurt? I'm fine, it just tingles. Maybe that means there's still some feeling below my knee. Isn't that good? No, it's not. We need a first aid kit or something. Inko, it's not even that bad. That's a very big fucking bruise. I've never seen a bruise like that on a knee. What if it gets infected? I watch as Olivia gets ready to protest, but finally sighs in defeat. Fine, just get it over with. I'll go get Sophia. She probably knows how to... No! Why not? I don't want them to know, alright? Olivia, I'm not a doctor. I can't even remove a splinter without screwing everything up. Olivia casts her look aside. Man, she's not intending to follow up on this at all. Be right back, okay? Olivia softly whines. With haste, I quietly leave the room to search for something that might be able to help. After rummaging through the house's medicine cabinet and freezer, I managed to find an ice pack, a first aid kit, and a neolithin. Damien's not around. He's probably in his room. Alright, this should hopefully be enough. I return to find Olivia exactly where I left her. The first aid kit is placed on the bed next to her. Olivia averts her gaze away from me as I tend to her wound. Grabbing the neolith, I squeeze a dollop of the medical cream on the injury and spread it evenly. Then I apply the ice pack to the wound and wrap the whole thing up with gauze, making sure not to make it too tight. Although my work is clumsy, it takes 3 or 4 times and maybe 10 minutes to get it right. Alright, I think that should do it. Let me know if it gets too cold. I look up to Olivia, still looking away from me, giving her best pouty expression. I know you don't like being taken care of, but I don't want you to get hurt. Yeah, well, it's still weird. I place a gentle hand on the side of her snout, gently coaxing her to look back at me. Feeling better. She still tries to look annoyed, even as I use my thumb to caress her cheek. Eventually, the last of her defenses fall, and a faint smile forms across her face as she nestles further into my hand. Yeah, a bit. Good. With that taken care of, I finally breathe a sigh of relief. Now to figure out the next issue. How to get her to the living room. She's definitely not gonna do her silly knee walk. Now with that, how her knee currently looks like the world's largest grape. That left only one real option. Forgive me, legs, for what you are about to go through. With the utmost care, I slowly stride into the living room with Olivia in my arms. I can feel her claws digging into my back of my jacket and her tail bumping against my leg. Getting through her door was a struggle, but Olivia coaches me through it and even shuts the door with her tail. Damien's laying on the couch, engrossed in some game with little Vinny. He turns to see us at the second of Olivia's door closing. Hey, there you guys are. Vinny waves from the recliner. Liv, Inky. He must have gotten home while I was bandaging Olivia's leg. Hey, guys. Why are you carrying her like that? My wheelchair is busted, remember? I know, but you always like to scoot around on your knees. For a moment, Olivia and I lock eyes, not knowing how to answer. Inky's just helping Liv, is all, Vin. Oh, thank goodness he's caught on. Ah, 'cause they're practicing, right? Huh, something like that. Damien moves his legs to make room for Olivia. Well, have a seat, so what's up? I set her down on the couch. Just wanted to be out here a while. Get some extra company. For sure. Well, I'm just wiping the floor with Vinny in War Club 40M here. He's not. Might switch over to something else if this bore fest doesn't end. You want to give it a shot? comment is directed at Olivia. It ricochets to me when he doesn't get a response. Well, I don't play games much at all, but sure. Come on, Olivia. I'll need a mentor. I look at Olivia, who merely nods at the Damien mini-me. Awesome. I'll grab the other controllers. Vinny uses the footrest of the recliner as a springboard to the plastic bin of controllers. With the younger boy busy, Olivia takes the opportunity to readjust herself, sliding herself closer until she's hip to hip with me. Here you go. Vinny offers 2 translucent controllers. While I take one, Olivia holds up her hand. I'll sit this one out for now, little man. Oh, okay. Controller in hand, I give the brothers a thumbs up. All eyes on the screen now. We start. And I have no clue what's happening. There's so much happening on screen, I can't even tell which section of the screen I'm in. All I can tell is that there's a lot of green things screaming in Cockney and a lot of viscera. I don't think this is appropriate for Vinny, but then again, he's really getting into it. Darn those dirty green skins. Don't worry, brother. They'll be cleansed with holy fire. In the corner of my eye, Olivia is leaning forward. Dude. She's slowly becoming engrossed in the mayhem on display, and her tail thumps with the massive stomp our in-game avatars delivered to the green shouty things. Focus back on the screen, the fiery particles, effects and heavy blams continue. I don't know how long it went, just that by the end of the stage or whatever, there were cramps in my hand in spots I never knew could cramp. Some animation plays out on the screen, giving me a reprieve to set the controller down on my lap. So how'd I do? You see the rank on screen by your guy there? No, there's a 1 next to yours and Vinny's. Well, there you go. Oh. You sucked pretty bad. Give me mine. I pick up her controller on the floor and she takes it. With some practiced motions, she enters the match. Alright, I'll show you how you play this game, or how you really play this game. Now with Olivia in our squad, she manages to pick up my slack. Watching Olivia play, and with her tutorship, I start to get the hang of the game. For a moment, I look away from the virtual bloodshed and see that Olivia is enjoying herself. Surrounded by her folks playing this silly game for a few hours. Just for a while. She's feeling a little better. A few games later, there's a knock at the door. Vinny jumps to get it. Hi, Dad. The figure stumbles in through the blizzard and removes his heavy jacket. Jeez, this weather. Hey all. Binko. Oh shit. Didn't expect you to still be here. Good evening, Randy. Randy tosses down the bag of salt that's on his shoulder to the living room floor with a loud thud. Playing games together, I see. I hope that means you all got your homework all squared away. Yeah, it's taken care of. Vinny threw his in the garbage disposal though. I didn't. See, he's denying it. Hey, War Club, huh? You've probably gotten more use out of that game than me by now. Nah, your record's still here. Wanna join us? Randy sucks the air in through his teeth. Tempting, very tempting. But it's my turn to figure out dinner tonight. Oh, come on, Pops. You barely get time to relax like this. I know, but the rules are the rules. Plus, I'd hate to have your mom cook after enduring all the cold. Poor thing is frozen than an ice, more frozen than an ice cube. Something warm does sound good right about now. Oh, I just remembered. Hold on, I think I got something. Aha! I hauled out the coupon I was compensated with from the art contest. 2 large 2-topping pizzas for $13. I'm unsure if Damien or Vinny's face lights up more at the mention of pizza, but Randy outshines both by the insane price drop. Even Olivia's heartbeat slightly intensifies. Holy moly, that real? I pass it over to him. I've been saving it for a while. Seems like a pretty good time. Well, alright, let's make it a pizza party then. Randy takes a moment to dial the number and makes the order. I go to check on Olivia, who looks just as ecstatic as the Payne brothers. It's just pizza, no need to hyperventilate. I so need this right now. It'll still be about a half hour. What's your favourite? Anchovies. Really? Yeah, they don't sell them much these days though. Something to keep in mind. Randy finishes his call and gives a celebratory fist pump. You're a lifesaver, Inko. I was planning on getting something from, or some sashimi or something. Sophia said she finally wanted to try my specialty. Phew. We got 2 large meat lovers coming in. And this place is pretty fancy. They got that stuff you like, Olivia. So I asked for an extra pie, piling high with as much as they can put on. Olivia's face beams with joy. The end of her tail wagging like an excited puppy's. Alright, the king is in the house. Someone give me a turn. I forfeit my controller to the patriarch. He gracefully takes it and shoos Vinny off of his seat. The little one repositions himself on the carpet. As I watch the family play together, I feel a pang of jealousy, especially as Randy and the brothers banter with one another, really getting into their on-screen characters. While Olivia remains silent, I see a smile tugging at her lips as her fingers hammer away at her controller's buttons. I try to picture my own family in their places, but the image is so surreal that it could be displayed as one piece of modern art. So surreal. Shaking off those thoughts, I return my focus to the television and the hyper-violence on display. Still no clue what's happened on the screen. I want to ask Randy about the war club, what war club is all about, especially with all the funny accents being thrown around. Maybe Olivia can fill me in later. As far as I can tell, it's just dudes in the silliest looking armour fighting really ugly aliens. What happened to have British accents? She doesn't look impressed. Randy, I thought you'd be trying to prep those fish I'd bought by now. Change of plans. Inko threw us an offer I couldn't refuse. It's a pizza party now. The Dino Patriarch looks at his watch, and as if summoned by the simple gesture, a series of knocks sound at the front door. That would be our dinner. Randy heads to the door with a hand already reaching for his wallet. Pizza party? Christmas isn't until next month. Isn't it a little early to start with this sort of thing? Haha, of course not. There's always time for a little fun. It's Friday night. Randy returns with the boxes stacked up on his arms. Let's dance. He sets the boxes on the kitchen table and hands his wife a couple the used coupon. Wow, alright then. See? Okay everyone, get a plate and get some. Feel free to make a mess if you want a clean-up duty. What was that? Damien and Vinny leap from their position and have their plates in a blink of an eye. The air is filled with delicious scent of sauce and cheese as Randy opens up all the boxes. Damien and Vinny immediately dive for the meat lover's pizza like ravenous sharks. The pepperoni and sausage pizza on the table looks appealing, but Randy passes a plate with a slice of anchovy pizza over to Olivia. Thanks, Uncle Randy. Dang, the anchovy one actually looks pretty good. I don't want to get up to get my own plate though. Say, Olivia, could I try one of mine? I count the fingers on my hand to make sure it's still intact. Oh, come on, I just want to see what it's like. Oh, that old glower. Ha, good luck with that, Inko. I consider what I could do to get Olivia to share. And I recall something so long ago that it feels like a lifetime ago. I slowly reach for Olivia again. She bares her teeth at me, but instead of going towards the box, my hand lands on her tail and slowly pets the muscular appendage. The tip of her tail starts to wag happily, and the gator girl's anger melts away, only to flare up when she pulls her tail away from me. Oi! Her face is red with embarrassment. Can I have a bite now? No! Her mouth snaps shut as my hand reaches for her tail again. Inko! I give the appendage a gentle scritch this time, and it's once again pulled away. How about... Okay, I get it. She pouts but holds a slice out for me to bite. The pizza is absolutely smothered beneath the pepperoni and anchovies. But only one bite. With how greasy this looks, I don't think I'd survive a second. Still, I bring the plate close and slide the pizza to the edge, taking a sample bite from it. Good, right? Absolutely. I feel the need to ravenously devour the single slice, but instead choose to savor the flavour with minuscule bites. Yeah, holy crap, this is good. It is, but there's the one there. That's the one bite you're getting. You sure? I wiggle my fingers at her, and she promptly swats my hand. No, I mean yes. She tries to hold a glare, but I can see her lips quivering with mirth. I hand her back the plate, and she resumes consuming her extra fishy slice. Damien hands me another plate, this time with a slice covered with various meats. And while that one was still delicious, the indirect kiss-flavoured anchovy pizza was still the best thing I've ever tried. Of all time. My phone is dying. That doesn't matter. I'm gonna play for a little bit longer, because it is 12:32 and I have to be up at like 7:30 to go see a doctor. The festivities continue even after the pizzas were finished. I never have pizza often, but whoever this Mo fella is hands down makes the best in town. Inside, Damien and Vinny decided to break out a plethora of different party games for us to play. No one bothered to keep track of time. We all were too enraptured by the pixelated entertainment before us, which is how I missed my last chance home. Mrs. Payne didn't look too upset though. In fact, I think they expected me to spend the night again, especially with how Randy has been so quick to pull out some blankets and pillows for me. Both of the parents insisted I stay, and it's not like I could realistically walk home. So once again, I'm staying over. I'm currently sat at the foot of the couch with Olivia, and we're both bundled up to stave off the chilly winter night. The soft growling purr that Olivia makes when she's content has become almost therapeutic to me. So, how are you feeling? Better. Thank you for dragging me out here. I didn't know how much I needed it. I'm glad. Her palms wrap around my left hand, and she gives me a gentle smile, followed by a colossal yawn. You ready to hit the hay? She shakes her head. I don't want to go back to my room. I want to stay here with you. Randy would probably kill me. I'll bite him back. Come on, I'll see you in the morning. Olivia yawns again, driving her to accept her need for sleep. After carrying Olivia to her room, I sleep on the couch once more. As I lay on that couch, passing through the past few days, thoughts warp into a dream, one of which Olivia and I both stood before the park fountain, making a happy wish for the future. Morning in the Payne residence were lively, to say the least. Or maybe it's because it's a Saturday. That is to say, my weekend sleep schedule was cut far shorter than I would have liked. Mostly by Damien's little brother landing feet first on my chest and knocking the air out of my lungs. Inky! It's the second time in a row. I sputter and sit up in an attempt to get back some precious oxygen. Vinny immediately sat on the pillow I had used. Morning, Vinny. A check on my phone says that it's 7:30. 4 hours too early. The TV flickers to life and Vinny starts flicking through the channels at a speed only he can comprehend. Morning, Inko. Sorry about the wake-up call. It's Vinny's favourite season. Winter? Hockey. Vinny cheers loudly, and I look to the screen to see a player being brutally slammed into the protective glass of the ice rink. Is Olivia up yet? Damien shrugs. Probably not. You guys were up pretty late last night. Plus, it's the weekend. But best to just let her sleep off the food coma. She'll come out of her room eventually. Fair enough. As much as I would enjoy sleeping in as well, Damien and Vinny have taken occupancy of my pseudo bed. There is the recliner next to us, but I'm not gonna defile what must be Randy's throne. May as well stay up then, I guess. Mind if I get a bowl of cereal? Help yourself, amigo. At least I can check on any updates with my blogs. I head into the kitchen and make myself a bowl, being sure to add some sugar and honey from the condiment cupboard this time. Taking a seat at the table, I begin to scroll through my phone's feed while shoveling cereal into my mouth. I'm barely a minute in before I realise that I'm not even reading anything on my phone screen. There are words, but they aren't saying anything. Just paragraphs of probably fake personal events and vague calls to action. Have they always been this vapid? Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I decide to finish my breakfast without any literal TV stag distracting me. Afterwards, I rejoin Damien and Vinny in the living room, both of whom are absolutely enthralled by the hockey playing on the TV. With every hit of the puck or rogue shoulder check, the brothers explode with either excitement or devastation. The two also take turns assaulting me with more hockey trivia than I'll ever be able to use practically about Vinny's favourite goalie. Or particularly. And then he got into a fight with the entire hockey team and was transferred to this one. He's great. He's not that great. You just like him because he gets into the most fights. Yes. You sure like this sport. Heck yeah. The games are just my kind of thing. That guy that's that's up right now is also cool. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, that's a load of bull. Why didn't McDonald get the penalty? That guy sucks. Vinny, language. Sorry. Vinny, tell him about your collection. Oh, I got the bobbleheads for this team. Let me show you. Does he actually like the sport, or just the constant brawling? Is it really that much of a difference? Yeah. Jokes aside, yeah, he actually likes it despite the ice. We should play some street hockey sometime. Once it warms up. You up? Not if it's always this chaotic. Relax. There's protective gear you can use. That's not the point. Here they are. The young boy dumps an armful of beaten up plastic figures on my lap. Oh wow. That's a lot. Vinny grins as he takes each of the wobbly headed figures and gives me a brief explanation of who exactly they are. This bruiser here, he's known for his mean right hook. And with description like that, I am absolutely sure I'd rather sit out any game involving Vinny. So, soon enough, I feel a distinctive vibration in my pocket. Pulling out my phone again, I check the notifications to see a message from Olivia. Ding ding, room service. Come drag me out of bed. Figured she'd need help. After all, there's no way she's dragging herself anywhere with that knee. I excuse myself from the living room and head towards Olivia's room, with Damien giving me an approving nod. I make sure to knock twice before letting myself in. Morning, sleepyhead. Morning, stupid head. With Olivia's wounded knee, carrying her is even more difficult than before. I hate to admit it, but I almost dropped her at least twice on the way. Thank Raptor Jesus for Coach Solly's training. But at last we're here. Welcome back to the land of the living. Morning, Olivia. Olivia, eyes still closed, mumbles out the sounds like a good morning as I set her down on the couch. How are you feeling? Alright, I guess. Still a bit groggy. What about you? I pat my knee, which Olivia seems to pick up on. Alright, feels a bit better. Tingly feeling's gone, but it still looks swollen. We might need to redress it, and hopefully it should be more manageable by Monday. By the way, what did you do with the ice pack? Guts is using it as a waterbed. Sure hope it doesn't pop. Stagnant ice pack water sounds terrible to be in. Damien and Vinny start shouting in victory as the home team gets the final score. What a slap shot. Heard the excitement in the room. Watching hockey again. Sophia settles herself into the recliner, opening her laptop. Oh, the school's weekly news just came in. Turn down the volume, Damien. Sure thing. Alright. First it says there's a basketball game this Friday against the Tailspikes. In preparation for finals, tutoring will be open after school for everyone that needs it. Damien? I got it covered, Mom. Liz has helped me out. I hope so. Senioritis won't be tolerated here. Oh, this is interesting. To all our students, you are invited to St. Hammond High School's 21M 2023 BC Winter Formal. Winter Formal? Damien yawns and stretches his arms behind his back. Yeah, some event for seniors they get every year. Basically a dance more fancy. It's like the biggest event of the year, you know, next to graduation or prom or whatever. I don't think any of my previous schools ever did something like this. Just regular dances. Immerse yourself in the serene beauty of the wintry night sky with music, food, entertainment and much more. We will also be hosting a special memorial for one of St. Hammond's finest teachers who has recently passed, Mr. Trent Hayatican. Shoot, that's gonna be tough to see. The event will take place at the Valcaldera Convention Centre on Friday, December 15th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets for the winter formal are now on sale online or in Miss Prockling's class in room 211. $15 for one and $30 for couples. Give me a sec. Okay, yeah, I did mute myself before I left. I'll play until the next black screen. I was really gone for 4 minutes. Jesus. I'm sorry. Okay. Please read our event's dress code to know what will and will not be allowed for the formal. Have a great weekend. Go Feather Tails. Well, it seems like you three have something to look forward to next month. Mrs. Payne claps her laptop with a smile and sets it aside. Mom, it's about that time. She grasps and checks the clock on the wall. I nearly forgot. Vinny, get your kimono on, I'll start the car. It's called a G, Mom. I'll probably be running some errands while he's at karate practice, so I'll be out until dinner. I'm sure Vinny didn't mean to karate chop my throat as he got up. He's just eager to get to class. The back rub from Olivia helps me clear my airway quicker at least. Well then. Damien switches on some game and slumps in his familiar position in the recliner in mere seconds. I don't even know how he keeps track of the blur of colours on screen. I feel like it's gonna give me a seizure if I look too hard. So are you two going together and smooching, right? A powerful crushing force attempts to pulverize my fingers into mulch. Oh my god, Damien. You can't just start a conversation like that. Olivia's hand relents and leaves my palm feeling tender. Relax, I'm joking. Sorta. Your arms around her shoulder and all. When did that get there? I go to remove it, but Olivia holds on tight. Yeah, well, you plan on going to the winter formal with Liz? Hell yeah, why wouldn't I? That was a fast answer. He shrugs. Well, the formal, I don't, well, I mean, I'm still stuck at home, you know. Crap, yeah. You know when you'll get a replacement chair? Could be a week, could be longer. The mail system around here is annoying. Jeez. Hey, I'll come visit every day after school. Ah, thanks. Still, that's a week, at least a week of her not stepping foot outside. Damien was only half joking about us going to the winter formal, and that's definitely a good idea. But first, hey Olivia. When you get your wheelchair back, you can go anywhere. Where would you want to go? Anywhere. Wait, so you're asking me out? She falls eerily silent as she turns her head back towards me, eyes wide open. Yeah, I'm asking you out on a date. I'll take you wherever you like. Olivia's mouth opens and closes while she looks at me in astonishment. Olivia, you look... Oof. I find myself trying not to laugh. What happened to him? I find myself trying not to laugh. Olivia threw herself at me in the strongest hug I'd ever felt. Her arms and even tail wrapped around me, pressing me tightly against her as she laughs in the cute gremlin giggle of hers. And while that giggling is infectious, my face is pressed against Olivia's ample bosom. Come on, you guys, get a room. No, too happy. Getting a little harder to breathe now. Shut up and enjoy it. Gosh, this is the first good thing to happen in forever. I can't even move my arms. Olivia caught them against my own sides. Give in, you fucking idiot. Wait, she's shifting. We're on our sides now and I can finally pull my head up enough to take in some air. So whoa. Ah, sweet, death roll. So that's what's happening. As I feel myself flipped over Olivia for a split second, and then I'm back to being beneath her. And then back again. Just enough time to breathe. Olivia, we haven't even decided where to go. I feel like I'm on some kind of personal carnival ride, being spun wildly around across the room floor in Olivia's arms. It's fun, but very, very dizzying. When the gator finally tires herself out, I find myself laid on top of her. And while I should feel very embarrassed about our compromising position, I'm grinning ear to ear, looking down at my equally happy and light-headed girlfriend beneath me. Shut up, alright, just shut up, like, you don't even know me, bro, shut up. You good, Inko? Pretty wild response, you just asked where a date would be. Doesn't matter. Her voice shrinks enough so that even as close as I am to her, I can barely make it out. I was hoping for so long. Seeing that gentle smile of her, it sets my heart aflutter. So where did you want to go? You decide. I got nothing. Me? Somewhere I can take Olivia to really show her a good time. How about a picnic? See if it warms up a bit and check out some of the more scenic places around. Val Caldera is beautiful. I want to explore it a bit. So do I. For a brief moment, the connection between Olivia and I feels stronger than ever, as we stare into each other's eyes until she goes right back into keeping me in her warm, scaly embrace. Sure, it was right in the middle of the living room, with Damien still present, but none of that matters to me. The rest of our day was spent in the living room, playing more games on the old TV. Hours flew by, and Olivia kept switching up games. I think she was trying to find something that I would particularly enjoy, or at least be good at. Shame, then, that I seemed to have been born lacking any gaming talent at all. Well, we all still had fun, at least. When the sun began to set, though, I decided I should head home. I needed a shower and a change of clothes, and both Damien's parents were still out. It felt bad when I left Damien's place that night. Or rather, I feel bad looking at Olivia as I walk away from his house. It only grew worse as I went from the metro to my quiet neighbourhood and ultimately our empty house. Seeing the small pile of letters at the front door made me realise that what that feeling was. Loneliness. Maybe I should have waited to ask the Paynes if I could have spent the entire weekend. If I did that, would I be overstaying my welcome? I don't want to abuse their hospitality after all. You know, going into this game at the start, I didn't really know who Inko would have been. I thought he would have just been some... I didn't think he'd be this well written. He reminds me of me. A lot. So I just put my phone on charge. It's on 2%. Ping. Withdrawing my phone from my pocket, I see Olivia sent me a new doodle. Coming tomorrow. Well, I can handle a little loneliness for now. Sure. First of all, we've seen his room in a while. The first time we've seen his room in a while. Dark Knight, fucking Avengers, and I don't know what that one's meant to be. Kicking my door closed, I head for my computer so I can continue talking to her online. I lose track of how much time we spend in instant messaging and sharing videos, but by the time I check my computer's clock I realize it's past midnight. I didn't even go through my typical routine of checking for updates to my forums and blogs. Shoot, I'm gonna be exhausted tomorrow. Totally worth it. And that's where I'm gonna leave it for now, because it's 1 AM and I gotta be up in the morning. Let me do a double save. But yeah, that's that for now. I surely thought that was gonna, I was gonna get to the end, but I guess not. This game knows how to drag it out, and I don't mean that in a bad sense, I mean that in a great sense. But then again, when it comes down to the end of it, it's gonna be hard to let go. But still, I love this a lot. Maybe in the next one I'll be on my way out. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I had a good time tonight. Last time it was pretty messed up. I kind of just left out of... I don't know, I was pretty sad. After, you know. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go to sleep and do some things. I might get back to this tomorrow. Anyways, have a good day. Or night. Take care. Love y'all.